offer only like few days ago. That's why our class start on week 3. So I arranged a replacement class, right? Yeah. So replacement class will today we'll do for the lesson 1 for the week 1. Then Saturday will lesson 2 for the week 2. But I'm going to post there. If you cannot make it on Saturday, you can join Friday class. Okay, Friday class for the lesson 2. Right. In G8. Oh, not Friday. Friday not repeat. Now you have to join the Saturday also for this week. Then next week onwards, then you can. If you really cannot make it, you just let me know. Then you can join other hours, other sessions. Okay, I'm going to mute my face because I'm going to share the questions. If you got any question, you just, unmute yourself, just ask me the question directly, okay? But you don't ask me to repeat again step by step. I will show slowly, okay? So everybody can, okay, everyone can see this is the Google Classroom, right? So just stay tuned on my Google Classroom, check frequently. So any announcement I just put in here. Right. So we're going to use the Google Meet link weekly, for every lesson, right? So I'm going to post my timetable also later, right? So you have a week 1 material. So this week we'll go through today we'll go lesson 1. Then the next session we go to lesson 2 for replacement class. Okay. Okay, so for I think quite a number of students asked about the practical test. So your practical test supposedly on week 3, right? But I talked to the lecturer already because I start my class on week 3. I say I have to cover chapter 1 and chapter 2 for the first week lecture. Then only I can conduct the practical test. So the practical test I will conduct in the week 4, end of week 4. And probably I will allocate another time because since your class started in week 3, that means you miss out week 1, week 2, right? I need to replace the class. So I will replace, one of the class as your practical test, right? So maybe on Friday afternoon, and then Saturday I will allocate few sessions. So you just let me know which session you can make it. Then you just join that session because the submission is online, right? So you can just submit through the allocate link. I will assign the link to you. So you will stated there the timing, everything, right? So this is my email address, or if you got any urgent question, you just put in the Google chat. Yeah, because email, Google chat, it will pop up automatically. So I read your message. If email, I have to go to the email and check, right? So this is a replacement for those your class on Monday, the first lesson. Yeah, I will replace this one for this week, right? For this week. For second, yeah. Replacement class. So I will replace Monday to. Oh, I didn't state the date, right? I didn't state the date here. I forgot to state the date. This one I should replace Thursday. Yeah, later the class 10 to 12. Yours one is G5. Right. G5. Oh, G5. That means yours is tomorrow. Okay, yours is tomorrow. So, okay. So, if let's say you miss my class, you want to repeat again. So, you stay 10 to 12. Because 10 to 12, this is for Monday. I will repeat the first lesson also. This one also, I repeat the first lesson. This one also, I repeat the first lesson. Yeah. If you miss this class, you want to repeat again, you can join, okay? But you just put in the chat, say you attend, again. Unless you want me to take attendance, and then you stated, let's say you skipped your existing timetable one, you want to join the other group, let's say crashing or any emergency. Yeah, just put in the chat. I will take note. Okay, so I hope everyone fine here. So please go to classwork. Right, so you could see this is a week 1. You can go to classwork here or from the announcement. So lesson 1, so you can download the question here. Right. Okay, so all of you can see. All of you can see here. Okay, good. Right. So this practical class, you're going to learn 3 functions, okay, to answer each part A, B, C. Right. So if you attended a lecture and also go through a lecture notes, you should know what you're going to learn, right? And I strongly encourage you all compulsory read your lecture notes before I attend my tutorial, because I'm not going to explain, okay, one by one in your lecture notes. Okay, I'm more focused on the skill, how to generate results and how to interpret the results. Right? So here you are given, this is an example questions, lemonade state. Okay, you are given the inputs. You got fixed cost, quantity sold, unit price, and unit cost. So based on the information given, you can calculate the current profit. So to calculate the current profit, basically you need to know the price, right? How much price you earn per unit, then times the quantity sold. So you are given the unit price and unit cost. Unit price is the price you sell your item. Unit cost is the original cost. That means you get your item from supplier charge this amount, right? And then let's say you get item $1, you sell people $2, that means you earn $1, right? Something like that. Okay. So you must understand all the terms before you can come out with formula or equations, right? So in order to calculate actually click here, you got the formulas, but I want you to understand the concept, right? So we have to know the price. As I mentioned, you take the unit price minus the cost. That means each unit you earn 30 cents here, right? 30 cents times the quantity sold. So you can see the formula. The quantity sold, B5, times the difference, right? But you have the fixed cost. Fixed cost is something like, okay, you rent a place and so on, right? Or electrical bill or anything, right? It's a fixed cost or rental. So this is your formula, right? So you type in the formula for your current profit. Take note. This is very important. Your practical test is similar like your practical lesson. Okay, so hopefully, I hope, that's why I encourage you all. I don't provide a recorded video. I want you to learn, okay, from here. You can put the note yourself and so on, right? And the solution will be shared after I finish. I got 6 practical groups. So after I finish 6 practical groups, I will post the solution, okay? So I don't post beginning because I want you all try rather than you just look at answer, memorize the answer. Okay, so everyone fine with this formula, current profit, as I mentioned, it's just common sense. You want to calculate how much you earn, right? So how much you sell times how much you earn. So in order to how much you earn per unit, you take the unit price minus the unit cost, right? You can see from here. So this is the price you earn per unit times the quantity sold. and you need to minus the fixed cost. Fixed cost is like rental, maybe the electricity bill, and so on, right? Okay, so part A, find out the break-even quantity sold. So break-even, from the lecture, you learn right. Break-even means what? No profit, no loss. Okay, no profit, no loss. That means your cost, imagine you buy, is 20 cents, right? Then you sell 50 cents, you earn 30 cents per unit. So if you successfully sold 1 unit, so it's 30 cents you earn. If you sold 2 units, 30 cents times 2, right? But don't forget, you got fixed costs here. That means you have to cover your rental, electricity bill, and so on. So how much quantity sold so that you can cover everything, right? Okay, to answer the question A, just put here. Let's say your practical test, yeah, you can write here. Then you can write solution or answer or something like that. Okay. So find the break-even quantity sold. That means you are required to find only one single value. In order to find one single value, that means you want to use the goal-seek function. Okay, you're going to use goal-seek function. Use goal-seek. Can put equal. Okay, use goal-seek function. Okay, so quantity sold, that means you want to find this value. Okay, so it's a click here. Okay, now follow me step by step. Data. If you want to write down, you can write down notes, whatever. Next, what if analysis. Can you see goal-seek? Okay, set sell is a formula. So in this case, your set sell, you want to calculate break-even means the profit equals 0. So that means the formula for the profit. So we must click. Okay, click here because previously I showed you is the formula, right? And then to value 0. Why we set 0? Because break-even, no profit, right? No loss. By changing, that means what value going to change? We want to find quantity sold. Okay. So set sell is the profit here. Okay. The value 0 because break even. Changing value is the value that you want to find, which is quantity sold from the question. Then just click OK. So when you click OK, you can see actually it's running the number, right? And it's fine-tuned so that your current profit is 0. So you can see quantity sold now is 166.67. That means if you sold we round up 167 items, then it's break even. That means you don't make any profit, then no make any loss. All right. So 167. Okay. So you click cancel. Okay. Click cancel. Don't click OK. If you click OK, then you undo. You need to return back to the original value because for the following questions. Okay. Click cancel. Okay. Here you can write. break even means profit equals 0. Quantity sold is 167. Or you can write 166.67, then you write equal 167. Round up. Okay. Okay, so far can follow? Oh, good. Yeah, I go through very slow. Huh? Okay, next, part B. Use one-way data table. Okay, just on break even, find a single value quantity sold, right? So for one-way table, that means you want to find more than one value. So that means in this case, we want to investigate, okay, for different quantity sold. In this case, you are finding, you are given, if sold 300, you get profit 40, right? So if sold 100, how much your profit you want to find? If sold at 200, how much your profit? If I sold 500, how much the profit? Okay, that means you want to find out on at different level of quantity sold, right? So B is put below here. Okay, so you can just start quantity sold. Okay, quantity sold. Okay, so for this one is profit. Okay, so profit, this one, when you create one-way table, you must include the formula. Okay, so you must start equal. The formula is from here, right? Profit. Okay. Then enter. Right, you type equal, then go to the profit. Click this one, then enter. Okay, enter. So you show here. So here you need to list out the quantity sold, different level of quantity sold. So since the original given is 300, so you can put any value below 300 and any value above 300. Include the 300, right? So to make our life easy, we start with 100. So you can make it 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, it's okay. Or you can do 100, 150, 200 and so on, right? But you just need to, Excel very smart. You just need to type in 2 or 3 values, right? Then you just drag. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 number, right? Or you want to make it longer, up to you. Because how many values here, right? Is you decide yourself. Unless the question asks you, okay, find for 200, for 400, right? They give you the range, then you have to include. Okay, so I give you a minute to type this. Okay, now we're going to create one-way table. This is called one-way table because you got only, you want to find profit only, right? And you have more than one value, right? Just like it's only one value, yeah. Single value. Okay, ready? And now I want you all just follow my step. I will do step 1, you follow step 1. Okay, do step 2, you follow step 2. Okay, so highlight Okay, highlight. You need to highlight before you go to the data table function. Okay, for one way or two way. So highlight, go to what if data table. So remember, this is under the ribbon, the menu, data menu, then data table. So you can see here, I say data table, see the result of multiple inputs at the same time, right? Multiple input, that means we'll give you different, values, the values for different level. Okay, so row input cell, row. So if you look at row here is blank, right? You want the input value here, so you leave it blank. Column input cell, column like this. So column we have here is what? Quantity sold, right? So quantity sold, you only can include the original value. Original quantity sold is what? Original quantity sold is here. So you have to click the cell. Okay, click the cell. Click this cell. Okay, click this. Okay, I repeat, because this is important step. Row input. Row, you see row like this, right? So this is row. This is what you want to find. So leave it blank. Column input. Column. So column, you have values here, right? And you have this. The values here represent quantity sold. So the quantity sold, you refer to the original value quantity sold here. So click at this cell. Okay, don't type in 300. You have to click because the formula, it will calculate based on the formula. Then just click OK, and you get this value. Right. So your profit by right should have dollar signs, right? Okay. So you go to home. Now it's a general format. So you just go to currency. Oh, my one is show pound. So go to number format, currency. Okay, change the symbol. I think every computer setting is different, right? I say I just put this one as. Okay. So from here, how you interpret the results? That means if the quantity sold 100, profit negative 20, that means I make loss. So this is makes sense, right? Remember part A, break even, the profit equals 0 when the quantity sold is 167. That means any quantity sold less than this value, you make loss. Any quantity sold more than this value, that means 167 and above, then you start make profit. Okay. So I give you a minute if you want to got any questions or want to make some notes. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions? So for those who miss out my first part, stay later you join my 10 o'clock if you miss the first part, A or B, right? As I mentioned, your practical tests are exactly like this, but the questions, the value change, okay? So for any questions, if no question, I will continue next part, C. Okay, part C, use a two-way table, data table. So just a one way, that means you only find for profit, right? And when you are given quantity sold, only one variable. Now you are given two variables, unit cost and quantity sold, right? So when you are given unit cost and quantity sold, then you want to find the values and then the profit based on these two variables. So we call it two-way. Okay, maybe I just put here. Right? So we start with we must have the formula, right? So equal to the profit. Okay? So first you type equal to the profit. You must have the formula, what you want to calculate. Like here, I want to calculate profit, right? So I must have the formula. So equal to the formula. Here, equal to the formula because I want to find the profit. So here it says unit cost along top. Along top is here. Okay? Alongside is here. Okay? So since we have the quantity sold here, we don't want to retype. So we just copy and paste here. Okay? Copy, paste. Quantity sold alongside. Okay? Copy and paste here. And you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values. So my along top, I also need to include 8 values. If here 8, here also must 8. If here 9, here also 9. So make it symmetric. Okay, make it symmetric. So there's no limit. Okay, there's no limit. So you can do 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't matter. Okay, unless the question asks, okay, given let's say unit price is specific value, what is so specific value, then you must include these two values. Okay, so for the unit cost, you refer to the original. Unit cost is 20 cents. So you must include the value below 20 cents and above 20 cents, right? So to make our life easy, we can start with the 10 cents, right? Okay, just add it. So I can change to 10 cents. Okay. So you have to tap two values now. Then 15. So I make it 10, 15, 20, and so on, right? So I must have the, how many here? 8, right, just now. 8. Okay, so here, so I need to have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Right? So 20 cents is included. Here, 300. That means you must include the original value. So you can start from 0.05 cents also can. Okay? As long as include the original value. Alright? So I give you a minute to create this along side and along top. Excuse me. All right. Now, repeat the same step as just now. You have to highlight the whole table. Go to the data. What if? And look for data table. So for one way, two way, also look for data table. Okay. This time, row input cell. See, row input cell. We have row input cell here, right? Because just now we don't have row input cell. We only have column. So row input cell is the price. Right? Row input cell is the price. So you include the original price, original cost, right? Yeah. Unit cost. So original cost. So click column. Column will represent the quantity sold. So you include the original quantity sold. Then just click OK. Yeah. Same like just now, because profit should use the dollar signs, right? So go to home, go to the currency, okay, and more number format. Okay, currency, you change to the dollar sign. Yeah. Okay, so how you interpret? Say you look at this 0, 0. Okay. If you look at the value 0 here, means when your unit cost is 25 cents and you sold 200, the quantity sold 200, you break even. Okay, you break even. No profit, no loss. So if your unit cost is 30 cents, quantity sold 250, yeah, you got break even. Right. So look at here, negative. Negative means if your unit cost is 10 cents and your quantity sold is 100, you make loss. Right? So you can see, even though the unit cost is cheap, but when you sold the item, the quantity sold is below certain amount, you still make loss, right? So sometimes you can see some, usually they got the sales, right? You see the shopping mall, they got the sales. Not very cheap, right? Because you can see maybe the unit cost is very cheap, right? They just need to sell how much? Let's say 150, 200 already break even. So additional one is the profit already. So even they cut down the price, they still make money. And from here you can see if the unit cost is high, right? You can see negative. That means that the quantity you sold must increase so that you can break even. Makes sense, right? If the cost is very high, then the margin profit is a bit low. So you have to sell more. Okay, up to here, any questions? Up to here, any questions? Yeah, you feel free to unmute yourself to ask questions. Okay, so question 1, part A, B, C, no problem. Okay, I want you to try this question 2. Maybe I give you 5-10 minutes. Just look at the question and try. Okay. I give you like maybe 10 minutes, then try discussion. Now 855, maybe 905, and I discuss the question. Okay, so don't leave the classroom because it will capture the attendance also. One check attendance. So if you miss out, then you still have, see, write correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sometimes only. S2G8, S1G5, S1G4, S2G5, S2G5. Oh, S2G5, not this one. Okay, let's continue. Lesson 2. Sorry, lesson 1, question 2. Right. So, this question is about yearly demand. Yearly demand can be daily for 365 days. 1 year, because sometimes you have 366 days, 1 year, 365 days. So, to avoid confuse, you mention 365 days. So you use 365 days. Right. Minimum demand is based on the copies per copier per year with copiers rental. Okay, you understand now this question? So this question is about the photocopy machine. Okay? You know, the big size copy machine. Right. Usually a company, okay, the company use a big copy machine, and this big copy machine they don't buy because it's very expensive. It's like maybe like don't know how many 10,000, right? Maybe 30,000, 50,000. So they will rent. Okay, they rent, and you know when you rent the photocopy machine, that means you have a high usage, right? Right? You know, like us, we don't have a copy machine. I mean, we just a small printer, right? Because you just print out few. Even some people don't have the printer at home. They just go out to print because the usage is very low. If the usage is very high, then yeah, they might consider this copy machine. So we call it copier. So the minimum demand is based on copies per copier. That means one copier photocopy machine, you print out how many. So it's based on the demand, okay, per year. That means per year you want to print out how many. And they say minimum because they have two calculations. You can calculate, okay, 1 day you want to print how many, right? So 1 year you print how much? If 1 day I print 10,000, so 1 year, so I times 365 days. See, this is one method. The second method is depends on the photo machine. You have one photo machine, you can print how many? So you have 3 copy machine, I can, okay, times 3, so I can print out how many. So we take the minimum value, okay, the minimum value of it as an estimation, right? So the copy shop expected demand is going for the minimum, means the minimum value. So input here, you can see you have yearly rental cost. So this is a fixed cost. Remember, we have fixed cost. So monthly fixed cost. So these two are fixed costs that you're going to minus, right? So cost per copy is 3 cents. Charge per copy is 10 cents. Normal, right? You see, when you go shop, you print sometimes 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, but the cost is only 3 cents or 5 cents, right? So this price you're going to use to calculate the difference, the profit. Okay, days, you need the days because if you calculate 1 day, you print how many, then 1 year you print how much, right? So you need this information. Months per year, okay, because here you see yearly rental cost. So, monthly fixed cost, right? This is cost per month. So you have to times 12, okay, to calculate for a year. So copies per copier, this one is another calculation. As I mentioned, you can calculate how many you print per day, right? Then you times 365, you get year. Or another way, you use the copier machine. to estimate. That means one copier per machine, you can print 100,000. So I have 2, so times 2. I have 3 times 3. But we're going to compare and use the minimum value. Okay? So profit model here. Copier rental. Okay. To calculate the profit, here they don't provide the profit values, right? They don't provide. Okay, so you might need to insert cell here because they didn't give you the profit formula, so you have to type in. Okay, first we want to calculate the copies made. How many copies? Okay, and then you can calculate the annual profit because yearly. So here you are given 3 copiers. That means you have 3 machines. So daily demand is 1,000. Okay, daily demand is 1,000. Okay, now how many copies made? So daily is 1,000, right? Okay, how many copy makes? Here, okay, we use the easiest calculation. Copies per copier, because you are given 3 machines, 3 copiers. So 1 year, 1 machine make 100, right? So times 3. Must click the cell. So this is 300,000, right? 300,000. This is one method to calculate using the copier machine, right? Remember the question mentioned minimum, right? So this is one method. So this formula, you have to put minimum in front. So this is one method, so comma. The second method, we calculate the daily demand. Use the daily demand, okay, times 365 days. Okay. Daily demand. Okay, so we will take, just now we calculate using the photo machine, you get 300,000, right? If you're using the 365 days on daily 1,000, you get 365,000. But we want the minimum value, so you will get the return 300. Okay, put the formula here. Okay. Any questions for this part before I continue? Okay, annual profit. Now we're going to calculate annual profit. So annual profit, how to calculate? Equal. So remember the quantity, right? The quantity is what? Is how many copy made times. Remember the cost, right? The cost, the charges minus the cost. Right? So this is how much you earn, right? But don't forget, you have to minus the fixed cost. So you got yearly rental, right? Then you have to times 3 because you have three copiers. Okay, so you want to put bracket on this one also can. then minus other fixed costs. So this fixed cost is monthly, so you have to times 12. So you can put the bracket here also. Okay. Okay, you want to change the dollar sign also can, you just go to the more number format, change to currency. So you just change here later, it automatic, your answer all got the dollar sign ready. So this one, you can reduce the decimal, let's say to 1 decimal. Okay or not? So far, up to here. Any questions? Any question up to here? Then later I will continue. I mean, part A, B, C, you repeat the same one, right? Like question 1. Important is to get this formula, the annual profit. Okay? Then just give me thumbs up if everything okay. So I know you are listening. Okay, good. So we start with this one. Part A, use two and over, copier rented along top, daily demand alongside. Right. So you just create the same table like in question 1. Okay, along top, let's copy here. So we just create along top copier rental. That means row is the, and remember we have to put the equal the profit formula first. Okay, you must have the formulas. Right, the copier machine here is 3, so you must put the value below and above. So you can start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 example. Okay, along top is the copier rental. That means how many? Alongside is the daily demand. So daily demand here is 1,000. Right, so you can put the value below, so maybe 500, 1,000, right, then 1,500 and so on. So here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here must be 5 number as well. Okay, it must be symmetry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, must be symmetry. Right, then you highlight data, what if table, data table. So input cell, okay, row is the copier, right? So you click at the copier. Column is daily demand. So daily demand original is 1,000. So okay. So you get this answer, same like just now because you don't have the dollar sign, right? This one you can just add in now. Go to the home, under this general, right? The number format, straight away go number format. Choose currency, change to the dollar signs. Just make it this way. Right? So you get the answer. So if you don't want decimal, right here you got 0.00, you don't want decimal. So just go here. Adjust. So from here you can see if a one copy machine, you see all negative, means make loss. That means if you have one copy machine, you have to print more than your daily demand should more than 2,500, right? Definitely. Otherwise, that means you have low usage and you don't really utilize it. because you need to pay the fixed cost, remember, and the rental cost. So from here you can see if they have 3 copy machine, right? So as long as you print more than maybe, okay, because here it doesn't show 0, so that means the break-even point is between here. Yeah, it's between. So we have to estimate lah. We know it's around between 500 and 1,000. Okay, and so on. Okay, so this is part A. Any questions? Part A? Any question for the part A? So no question, I go to part B. So no question, I go to part B. So part B, use go set profit 0. When you say profit equals 0 means break even. Okay, with B27 as changing cell. I think it's wrong. Not B27. B27. There's no value here. Should change to 18. The 27. So change to 18. The quantity, right? 18. Change to 18. Okay? 18 is your changing cell. That means you want to know how much demand you need. Okay? The daily demand. Yeah. So you want to find the daily demand. How much the daily demand you need in order to break even. There's one day you need to print out how many. Only you can break even. Okay, so part B. So just copy. Okay, just put it here also can. Right? So you want to make changing on this value. So you click here. You want to know how much day. So go to data, what if function, go set. Okay, set cell, remember you have to set what? The profit formula. Value 0, break even. Changing the cell, the quantity, right? You want to know how much quantity change. Okay. So you can see it's loading until you get 774.95. So paper, right? Paper should be discrete. So you round to 775. Okay, 775. So you cancel. That means say when profit was 0. Daily demand $775. So when you print 775 per day, right? Then you will get break even. In this case, provided 3 machines. So it makes sense or not? If you look at here, right, from this table, if 3 copier machine, right, if you print daily 500, you make loss. If you print 1,000, you make profit. So that means the break-even value is between here, right? Okay. So this is part B. Okay, part C. So if 1 copier was rented, what would be the profit? Okay. So imagine now. Say Spencer. If your copy machine now is 1, okay? So what would be the profit? Okay, so let's say we set 500. Okay. So copier mate. So what is a copier mate? So we have to retype again the formula here. So minimum copier mate if only one machine, right? Only one machine, that means you type one machine times one machine daily based on the information here. Copies per copiers. Okay, so this is times 1 for one machine. So another calculation, if you have if you use this on daily, right? If you use daily, so times daily demand. It's the same formula like this one, but you just change to like one machine. Otherwise, you just change here also can. Okay? Otherwise, you just change from here. So you see, B14, B17, that means copy machine, copiers times how many? We already multiply, right? Just now, first one. So the second part, B18 times B12, B18. That means now I change to 500 in that case, right? 12, because this is daily. So 1 year had 365 days. So I get 1,000. Okay, so the profit, you have to recharge the formula. Profit, so otherwise you can change the value here. Okay, but I retype up. So okay, clear everything. Repeat the okay, so that means the quantity times the cost, charges minus the cost minus, let's just put bracket, the rental. So in our case currently is 1. Right. Then minus the fixed cost. So this is a monthly fixed cost. So we have time month. Okay, so it's 2,800. So we use the two-way data table for this case, right? Equal, it's 1. So repeat the same step, right? Now one machine, right? So you cannot put 0 because you want to calculate the minimum is 1 already. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can just put 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, example. So alongside, that means repeat the same quantity here. You start at 500, right? So you can just make it 500, 1,000, 1,500. Oh, I got 4 number, right? Oh, okay. 3 number, okay, make it 3. So 3 by 3. Okay, 3 by 3. So 3 by 3, repeat the same step. Okay, cell, copy machine, row, column is a demand, daily demand. Okay. So now I get the negative values here, right? So just change to the, just format. This one, if you didn't format, I think need to format because the marks is based on, I mean, when mark, all the sign must be correct. Okay, so you get this, right? So the question asks, 1 copier was rented, what would be the profit? Okay, so you might need to do the plots. Okay, so to do the plot, you highlight, insert, choose this. Okay, only highlight the values. Then go to insert line with markers. Then line with markers. So you get this. So if you have more value, then you plot longer. So you can see at this point, right? At this point, this point. Okay, now you need to label your chart. So this is profit versus the number of copiers, right? Okay, you don't have axis label, right? So go to plus icon, add the axis label. So this is your profit. And this is your number of copiers. So if you have one copy machine, right? You see you make loss, negative. But it depends on the demand of the paper. Why I don't have another colors? Okay, maybe I change to 5,000. Okay, I remove this one. Okay. Maybe I make it 2,000 because you won't see the break even. So I repeat this one. C. Data what if row column. Okay, so dollar sign. Why this one don't have dollar sign? So change to the dollar signs. Currency dollar sign. Then no decimal. Okay. So I want to do the plot. Let's say I want to just compare the demand, daily demand 500 and 2,000. So insert, okay, the marker. So put the title, profit versus number of copier. Right. So add the axis label, profit, and the x-axis is the number of copier. Okay. So series is your daily demand here, 500 and also the 2,000. So you can click here if you're not sure. So you can see, click this line, it shows the demand 500, right? So you have to change this series name. So to change the series name, you go to this select data. Okay, go to select data. Can you see the series? You click here. Okay, then choose right. So click, highlight this one, then edit. So you give the demand 500. That means this blue line is represent 500 daily demand. Okay. Series 2, edit. Demand 2,000. Okay. We use larger numbers so that you can compare. Okay, so you can compare. So from here you can see demand 500 for one copy machine and 2,000 you make loss. But when you increase your demand, right, for 2 copies, yeah, you also make loss, right? But it's slight. It's a small amount. If you have 3 copy machine, yeah, can you see? You make profit. So if one copy machine was ran, what would be the profit? So you don't get profit, right? For 500, for even 2,000, you don't get profit. Actually, You can see from here, don't make profit. That means what machine you don't make profits unless you can try the demand to be 5,000 and so on. Maybe you can try, but maybe you still. But when it's constant, means you make loss already. Okay. So any questions up to here? Any question up to here? Any questions so far? Are you all still here? Okay, so if no question, then I will see you the next lesson. The next lesson would be S1GR on Saturday, right? Yeah, on Saturday. Okay. So if no question, I end the class here, right? So practice this one, and also go try the lesson 2 as well. Means at least you look at the question, try your best. Okay. Bye bye.